fun fact, even though Iowa is the highest consumer of Jell-O in the United States, Jell-O has been long associated with Utah's culture.
In fact, in the 1980s, the Jell-O brand was declining rapidly, and studies were showing that the least likely consumers for Jell-O were mothers with young children. So the marketers decided to target them, young families.
And with the highest birth rate in the country, Utah became the ideal target market. In the late 1980s and 90s, Jell-O sales shot through the roof, and Utah became known for selling it everywhere.
When the Olympics came to Salt Lake City in 2002, many parts of Utah culture were brought to life by the international media, including Utah's love of Jell-O.
They even went as far as to create a commemorative Olympic Jell-O pin that is still sought after by collectors.
Milkshakes have been around since about 1885, when they were basically a concoction of whiskey and eggnog. By 1930, milkshakes had evolved to chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry drinks, and when the electric blender rolled around, ice cream and milk were added along with other things.
In fact, Utah has tons of restaurants that specialize in shakes. They're usually very thick, as opposed to the traditional milkshake that is typically consumed through a straw. Utahns are absolutely obsessed with fry sauce.
Heinz recently launched a product that combines mayonnaise and ketchup blended together and lamely called Mayochup, causing the biggest collective eye roll in all of Utah history. Now, Mayochup isn't exactly the same as fry sauce, but it is pretty close.
The original Utah fry sauce was developed by Don Carlos Edwards, who owned a restaurant chain, which eventually became Arctic Circle, a well-known and loved burger joint in Utah. But no worries, if you don't like their particular concoction, fry sauce tastes different in just about every restaurant.
The standard mixture for fry sauce is ketchup and mayonnaise, but lots of places add different ingredients such as pickle juice, hickory sauce, barbecue sauce, and mustard. If you haven't tried this, you haven't lived. A recent archaeological discovery made by the University of Utah claims that the world's first use of wild potatoes in North America started from what is now Escalante, Utah, almost 10,000 years ago.
The popularity of serving mashed, scalloped, funeral, and Dutch oven potatoes is likely based off of two things: the inexpensive and simple ingredients, and the ability to serve a large amount of people.
And because Utahns are normally gathered together for wedding receptions, funerals, and family gatherings, you can find these potatoes in all their various forms on every table.
Utahns have always been huge fans of soda, but it's only been within the last 5 years that dirty soda shops have popped up all over the state, offering sodas with mix-ins that drive Utahns crazy.
There is no telling how many calories are in some of these sodas. Actually, yes, there is. You can expect to drink between 500 and 1,000 calories depending on the size and the amount of extras you ask for. Well, that about wraps it up for our top 10 favorite foods, drinks, and condiments in Utah.
It's been really hard to narrow it down to 10, but if you think we missed anything, mention it in the comments and tell us what your top 10 favorite foods are. Are you hungry after talking about all that food?
Are you kidding me? We literally just ate and drank everything on that list just now.